Good night, everyone. Welcome again. Welcome to our Sports Frenzy podcast. And from the city face, you know that it's your boy Levon, and I'm here tonight with Demo, the Liverpool man, as you can see in his Liverpool jersey.
Straight up.
Um, and then you have Kims. For some reason, this man don't like Jamaica yet. This man is here in a Jamaican
Oh,
t-shirt.
don't worry. Oh, let me go for my Aston Villa jersey. Let me go for my Aston Villa jersey. Hold on.
But good night, gentle people. What are you doing, gentlemen?
Good my side. It was like 9 degrees yesterday, but today is a little bit better, so we're doing good. We're doing good.
Cold over my side. It's been like 49 degrees.
All right, so Demo.
49 degrees.
Hold on a second, Kims. So Demo, the producer, he's in a corner and he's saying that we don't understand what you're saying in Jamaican language, so you need to speak Jamaican
9
language.
degrees in America is not 9 degrees overall.
What? Hello, listen.
American degrees is measured differently from the rest of the rest.
Okay, well, I don't know. I know it's 9 degrees. I don't know Fahrenheit or Celsius or all of them
No,
stuff.
it's 9 degrees Fahrenheit over New York, man. Fahrenheit.
Okay. But go ahead, Kims, what you were saying?
Now I was saying it's cold over my side, man. 48 degrees last night. 48 degrees now. You know, I have to pull over, I have to draft over, pull over and everything. You know, winter gears and so.
At least you're still alive. But big up to the people that's in the comment section already. I see Owen Dilbert, this man has been here from way whenever. Big up to Tyrese. I see Deandra pop up for some reason or the other. And I know that Deandra don't watch sports. I think probably it's because Kims is here. I also say Latanya, good night, Latanya. I say Rodan, big up yourself, bro. I say Michelle, good night, Michelle. And I told you, Kims, Deandra is saying that you need to stop crying about the pool.
But if they get no cool, 49 degrees, that's nothing.
Deandra, right now you're there one of them state that's not very cool. But right now Florida is facing a cold front right now. 48 degrees and with crumbling right now.
I say Christoph, big up yourself, bro. I say Kimona Lee, big up. I say Willpower, big up on yourself. But we're here tonight to talk about some EPL action that took place over the weekend. And what better way to start it than these two gentlemen got it spot on. They said that Man City would have beaten Chelsea. So said so done, and it was done by a quality goal from a quality, well, let me just rephrase, not quality player, a world-class player. This is what world-class players do. Moments like these, they step up and grab the game for their team, and this is what Kevin De Bruyne did. Now, Dimo, what do you have to say about it?
Boss, I remember there was a time when there was a comparison. First of all, big up everybody in the comment section. Good night. There was a comparison between Kevin De Bruyne and Bruno Fernandes. I don't know where that came from. I don't know why it sprang up. But to me, Kevin De Bruyne is one of the best footballers never see play football in a midfield. The man is out of this world. The man is next level. And boy, it would have had to be him. Chelsea reject come up and pop up with a big world class goal, and he was amazing on the day. I thought that the game was pretty dominant for Manchester City. I mean, some parts in the second half, Chelsea come out. Obviously, Lukaku had that big chance that Edison saved, and I mean, for $100 million man, you have to put that away. It was a good goal, but it's a good save, but you have to put that away if you want to be, a high class, world class striker. So that was a big miss by Lukaku. I thought that Grealish had a big chance so that if he was in an Aston Villa shirt, he would have scored. I don't know what's happening to him. Not saying that he's playing horribly or he's a flop or anything, but him for put that away. So Manchester City deserved winners on the day. It's like they're just out of this world, and I don't think anybody can beat them at this moment. Sure, Chelsea were without their major wing backs where they normally win games with in Reece James and Chilwell. That's something big for them because Aspilicueta don't offer the same width obviously as Reece James and Alonso. Well, Alonso is Alonso, so it's not the same thing. But for me, I thought that Mason Mount should have played that game. I think he offers a lot more if he starts, and Pulisic wasn't effective in the game as well. So Manchester City, for me, deserve winners. There was no other result in my head other than a City win. So Yeah, man, good game.
Now I got to beat you, but I remember I said that Lukaku would have ended the season as the top goal scorer, and that
Yeah,
didn't
but
go.
the season are done.
That's not finna happen, bro.
Well, we'll see when the season done. Then when you can attack me, boss.
Mohamed Salah has that wrapped up, man. But Kems, you look at it and you see Lukaku in a position where he could have squared the ball to some teammates, and he also could have made a better decision in that position, right? No, he chose whatever option he had chosen, and I'm sure that had it been Lukaku at Inter Milan, that would have scored. But what you have to say about this man? Because when he was signing for Chelsea, the amount of noise I heard that, hey, this man he has improved his first touch and but one bag of ball, right? But no, that's proven that he has flopped as $100 million baller. Was it the right
Um,
decision? Was it the right decision from Tuchel to start him in a big game, knowing that this man doesn't offer absolutely nothing in big games?
so first let me address something, right? So all those people in the comment section talking about it's cold in Canada, cold in New York. I don't live in those places. I don't care about. That's why I avoid those places. So where I am, I expect it to be 70 degrees at every single time. All right. So now to talk about Lukaku. Okay, let us be honest. As much as we don't like Lukaku, as much as we dislike him football, the man is a decent striker in this world, right? He's a decent striker, and in a game like that, you must start the man. Have the man on the bench is a joke thing, is a liability. Yes, we can say, oh, he doesn't score in big games, but trust me, I don't think Tuchel is saying the same thing that we say. I don't think Tuchel is always Manchester City, so Lukaku have to be on the bench because he don't score in big games. I think Tuchel, the reason why he went out and get him because he believes that in big games like this, Lukaku can be the difference. Obviously he hasn't proved that yet. And probably as Demo said, the season is not over yet. A lot of games left to be played. And obviously Manchester City is running away with it, but there is still a top four battle. There's still a Champions League that they have to win or that they can try and defend. So I think Lukaku can probably come good. Who I don't know what's happening with him. Probably he's still thinking about Inter Milan, still thinking about Martinez. I don't know what's happening. Uh, for the game itself now, and I told you guys on Friday, I said the first 20 minutes of the game will tell me everything I need to know about this game. And if Chelsea don't score in the first 20 minutes, then they will lose. To my surprise, the first 45 minutes of the game, Chelsea looked like they came not to lose. They never come to win, but they came not to lose. And obviously, they had no shots on target. They had no shots on goal. No shots at all. Right? Well, I think Manchester City had 5. And Manchester City had 67% possession to Chelsea's 33. And I said before, Chelsea have been playing more football than Manchester City. So Manchester City will use that first half to get back into their momentum, get into their rhythm, get into their passing, get to Manchester City football. And I think that the coach at Tuchel I think that he should have used that to his advantage and try and blitz Manchester City, see if they can get a goal, see if they can force one of the defenders into a mistake and get a goal. But that didn't happen. And then, as you guys mentioned earlier, brilliance is brilliance, and we saw what Kevin De Bruyne did. But really and truly, obviously, the second half when they're down, the team is going to start and try and push for equalizer. So then the context is a bit different for me to analyze the game. But I think Manchester City was obviously the better team. I think the better team won. I think the better coach under there won. I think the better prepared team won, and the team that was more mentally focused. I think that team won the game. And Demo mentioned about Chilwell and Reece James probably, but Chilwell been out for a while. But I think Reece James was probably a big miss for them. But I still think if they came out with a particularly different mindset, I think they could have, probably posed a bigger challenge.
For the goal, you think Kante could have fouled De Bruyne or De Bruyne just
Could have took the yellow.
Me expect Kante to just foul the man, boss.
And I think somebody alluded to that in the Champions League, there was something similar. I think in Champions League finals, there was something similar like that, and Kante had made a different play where he blocked the ball or something like that they were seeing. So, I don't know, probably Kante don't think I don't know what the player was thinking in that point.
Take a yellow for the team, simple.
Can't take anything.
I mean, but you can't exactly you're not going to account for that. That's a banger. You're not going to account for the goal.
It is a banger, man. But I'm just saying, take the yellow. Just take the yellow. But here's Adrian Nichols saying that I told a man that he was Chelsea's biggest mistake, but as usual, them slaughter me. And he's making
Boss.
I,
reference
Oh
to
all
my
right.
gosh, bro.
So like
Really?
with that now. So like you see, if me did that on my hater rate mode, then would agree with the comment. But within a different mode today, and I disagree with that. When you say the biggest mistake, that is a big statement you're making. It's like you really feel like you take up a scrub off of the road and you try to integrate him to the team, and he just doesn't fit at all. He's just not good at all for the team. At the end of the day, Lukaku, I believe his quality, where you rank that quality, is up to you. But I believe that the man has quality and the man can score goals. But obviously, sometime when you probably need him most, he's not there. But I think he has some quality in his feet for
Yeah,
sure.
but how much goals Lukaku have for the season? Like I remember him debut bad up Arsenal and he scored and stuff. But he's also been injured and coming off the bench and stuff. The man consistently play like and the season already for done it. Like me not buy into that narrative.
Lukaku not scoring 15 Premier League goals. But
Oh, okay.
here's Tyrese saying that most complete midfield of this generation. He's making reference to KDB. Here's Jermaine Watson saying that Grealish is a bug. Man is garbage and cannot dribble past a player to save his life.
All
Uh,
right. I think that is
Over the
nonsense.
top. Okay. But boy, City just I can't see City not winning this title. 13 points ahead, and it just seems like they keep on getting better and better. And remember that they were without Mahrez, then again, it's not a case as if they miss him, because that's how City has been this season. No matter who they play, they tend to beat teams, especially since December. So it never really mattered to them. And boy, I see a man keep on saying that Pep turning EPL into a bush league and whatever. And that. I was like, damn, bro, you're wilding, because and there he is in the comment section. Jana is saying that it's a bush league right now. But what I have to say to Jana is that you can't compare EPL to Bundesliga with Bayern. Reason being, just a couple seasons ago, who won the league? Wasn't it Liverpool? Right? And then if you check the levels come right down, you've always had that a period where there's someone to stop City from dominating the league. Yes,
Exactly.
they might win a back-to-back title, but they have never gone on a span where they won a treble. They haven't won a treble
Right now, Bayern going for their 10th Bundesliga, like the 10th win in a row. Like I think that's grossly different from the EPL. I would say that for the EPL, I would say that yes, Pep figure it out. Obviously, he hasn't had the Champions League success, but obviously he has a great team. He's a great coach. He has great players. The players buy into what he's teaching, buy into what he's selling. So I mean, he's doing a great job. But to say, turn the EPL into Farmers League, I think that's a little bit too much. But
Boss,
you know,
when you win the league with 100 points and do a Pep the boss, it's getting really close. That's all we can say. Best
Yeah,
manager in the world.
but look at this, Demo. Why would you say that it's becoming that? And if you look back at, for instance, 2007, 2008, 2009, when Man United won the treble back to back to back, wasn't it seen as a bush league then? Why wasn't it seen as it?
No, but how long has Pep been in the league? Much years.
I believe it's what,
I think
6 years?
this is the
And
sixth year.
and the six, how
Yeah.
much titles has Pep won in that 6 years? Because we're not talking about Man City, we're talking about Pep under Man City. So I don't
Three
know
so far.
three
So,
three
Four.
titles. This are
three
gonna be
before.
this are gonna be four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boss, that's elite stuff, man. You
No,
can't.
but what I'm saying is that I can't say it's a bush league when, if remember, like with Bayern, because this is a reference to draft. I know that people refer to leagues like Bundesliga and League One as bush league because PSG and Bayern win it over and over and over and over. So basically, they're judging it with
No,
City.
no. But now it says a book. Obviously, it's not a bush league. It takes more income in comparison to talk about bush league. It more exciting TV revenue, all of that stuff makes the league. The league, yeah. So, but now I gonna say it's a bush league, but him and this Manchester City team is very dominant in the league.
And yes, Jana trying to justify his point by saying that Pep win the league by mid-January. Man can't get easily. But other coaches have also done so. So what are you on about, bro? Come on, man. And then again, yes, with the points thing, I tell you that you have to, Demo, you're someone that is big on context, you know. You have to look at things in context. And yes, Pep has gotten to 100 points and all that. But I've seen great Man United sides with Fergie being in the position to garner that amount of points and he stopped playing the first teamers totally. Just give peer opportunities to youths. And you know that generally youths are not going to live up to the standard of some teams that are trying to survive in the league. So I think things have to be reasoned in perspective.
All I can say, the man is very dominant in
He
this.
is.
So Dimo,
Yeah.
what would Dimo would say about first part of Sir Alex? In the 90s in EPL, where Sir Alex won 8 EPL titles within 10 years.
Yeah, that's dominant. But like me say, I'm not calling the league a bush league, you know. That's nonsense. But I say a bush
That's how I
league.
try to throw the argument through the
Titles in 10
window.
years.
That's what we are doing now, Dima. We're throwing that argument through the window that it's becoming a bush league. Because if Fergie did 8 in 10 and it wasn't seen as it then, why is it not seen as that?
Yeah, ridiculous.
I just want the Pep haters to come forth and admit that this man is the best manager in the world, brother.
Wait, I just the other day you argue say Klopp better than him.
Me? Are you
Yes.
I am the one, and I'm still
oh,
going to stick by it. Personally, for me, Klopp is better than Pep. I'm not going to move away from that. Klopp is better than Pep.
Not true. But carry it.
Here's Michelle saying that Pep excellent at league format where consistency or week in week out performance is required. In recent times, he's not as good in tournament format though. When I say tournament format, you have to specify about Champions League. Don't say tournament format. I think that's one. Which one of cup Adi won like around 4 years ago?
The Carabao Cup. The theme cup that
Cup, man. What I say about Pep, right? And if you want to use a school analogy, Pep are the person where for regular work during the semester, he might mash it up. When they come to the exam time, Pep is scratching.
Listen, I have Pep as the greatest, the best manager in the world right now, right? We knock him every single time for this champion. There's no way you cannot win a Champions League with the City side, especially getting knocked out by Liverpool, who are dominating the league, and by Spurs, who are dominating the league. No, Leon and them little side. No.
What's
When
real
the
about
exam
EPL?
forward, man, and study too hard and try to think too much, and so I think he'll probably get it. Well, not this year because it's PSG year this year, so next year.
What's real about it, what with Pep and EPL as well, right? Is that while Pep is dominating the league, or the years that he's dominated, or he might have dominated the league or won the league, you find that other EPL teams are winning the Champions League.
Yeah, that is what Dima kind of alluded to just now because
So there's so you realize that the teams what that would not make EPL like a one team league. You realize that the teams in the EPL are very dominant in terms of just not in the league but in Europe over the last 4 years.
But stick up in. On that note, could it be seen that Pep is basically in the same bracket as Sir Alex, that they pay too much attention to the league itself and not Champions League? Because Man United is poor in terms of the Champions League that they have won under Fergie, right? And you look at Liverpool now, and Liverpool has basically won the most. So you have to factor in those and say, hey, these guys are good in the domestic format. But when it comes on to Champions League, why is it that they haven't done that much? And the difference though with Pep is that Pep has the team to do it. And as Kim's pointed out, he's like the man that during the semester, man mash up everything.
Yeah, but not only does he have the team to do it, but most of the times he wrap up the league long time and can focus on the Champions League and still play.
The thing, even when he wrap up the league, he doesn't play a weak team in the league.
City don't have a weak team, boss.
Yeah,
They call a weak team.
He doesn't try to play players after the life, but normally do is he play a strong side every week.
When I wrap up the league, man, rest man like De Bruyne and them, man.
Boss, if City play Cole Palmer, it's not a weak team. I can tell you, if City play Cole Palmer instead of Jesus, it's not a weak team.
All right, let's move on to another story that I'm sure that Demo is kind of sad about.
But just to say this, Lima, based on how this season looking, it look like We know that City likely is going to win the league, and Liverpool might be the one that won with the Champions League.
Boss, the league isn't finished. Just give it.
Champions League.
No,
Liverpool
I'm saying you're saying City going to win the league.
likely.
No,
I
it's
said
not. Well, relax. Just hold off a little bit. Hold off. We still
no,
have
Liverpool have a game in hand, and if
and
they
we still have
that
City
game in
to
hand,
play. Relax.
then they will close in the points.
We
Producer,
still have City to play.
producer, next time don't cut them.
Hey,
Next time I do that.
level one.
Shoot, man, shoot.
Demo is the guy where all I'm bridging them come say, yo, your girl like you're born in and Demo like, yo, I have to see it for myself. If when I see it with my own two eyes, then it not happen.
So what wrong with that?
The league done, brother. The league done.
So what wrong if me have to see it for myself?
What?
What wrong if me have to see it for myself?
So you think you ever, if a girl like you're born, you think you
All right, this is not your men's podcast, so let's talk about something. Kind of easy. What? Let's go, Oliver. Next game.
But the next story that I'm going to bring up is about one that Dima is somewhat disappointed about, but I'm sure that Kems expected it. Kem said it that it was the nail in the coffin moment for Rafa Benitez if he lost to this Norwich team, and they went out there and they lost. Nothing could have prevented them. Not even that spectacular overhead kick from Richarlison could have saved them. And you look at them now, Kems, and I mean, personally for me, well, I'm going to let you guys talk and then I say after. But in regards to Everton, what do you think is the best solution for them right now in terms of manager to come in at this point in time?
So first of all, I know Demon never come on and say, boy, Kems get this one right. But Mike Kems did get it wrong. He would have been the first one to say, you see, every week you come and you talk nonsense. You talk too much nonsense. All I'm saying is that when I get stuff right, I just want Demon to come forth and say, yes, Kems get it right. Anyway, we're managed. I told you guys that I felt that Norwich was going to win, but I just couldn't give them the edge. Someone say, you know what, let me just pick a draw. But I said, at the end of this game, Rafa is gone for sure because there's no way they can struggle against this Norwich team who don't have a coach and is struggling to find themselves. All right. What is the best thing? I hear Wayne Rooney name pop up. I hear that Frank Lampard is out of work. I hear Ole can galvanize the troops. So I am saying, honestly, I don't think none of those. I don't think none of those managers should take the job at this point. If they're going to take the job, I think they should do something like what United do. Get a little interim guy just to finish out the season, and then they can reevaluate what you want to do. Because I believe this team, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is kind of quote unquote Rafa's team. So all of the persons that Rafa wanted, the Randons of the world, and I think he brought it. Didn't he bring in a left back the other day too?
That left back wasn't his signing though.
Oh.
It was more like a club signing because they needed some younger fullbacks, so they went out and got some younger fullbacks. Because as I said, Seamus Coleman is like 40 years old now.
Yeah, so I believe they should get an interim manager just to see out the season, just to try their very best to avoid relegation. Because there you see it, Everton is right there, and a couple. And I think they have Aston Villa coming up, and they have another team coming up who can definitely beat them. So they can slide down to that relegation zone. So I say, just get an interim manager and then reevaluate the direction where you want your team to go. What are your goals? Because I think if Everton had real goals, I don't think they would have hired Rafa. If they had real goals to probably, in Europe, following Ancelotti, I don't think Rafa would be the signing. And I told you guys at the start of the season, before a ball even kick, I said to you, hey, I think Everton is going to finish worse off than they did with Ancelotti. And I said, if Rafa win, it's hey, hey, hey. When him start lose, it's boo, 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 time to get out through the door. So I think get an interim manager, see out the season, and then get somebody, find out a Wayne Rooney philosophy because, as great as he's doing a job with Derby right now, they got 21 points reduction. I think they just jumped above a side and they're still fighting to stay in the league. But the way I see it, I don't think they can overcome that. So I think they're going down. So I think, see what Wayne Rooney...
But Kims, even though we're talking about Everton, you know that what Rooney has done at Derby is no mean feat, bro. You have to factor in that this man can't spend money none at all, bro.
Of course. Yep.
This man not even can make signings, because remember that he had like what's the guy name again, man? came to Everton as well. Jagielka. Yeah, Jagielka, you know, just because they couldn't extend the contract. Jagielka, like a day afterwards, signed for Stoke. So he's
Yep.
losing players around, and yet still he has managed to keep them up. And the good, well, not really say the good, but the thing about it is that he has been gaining points against big teams. It's not just
Yep. Yeah, I
against
was just
small
about to say
teams.
that. Yep.
Because
I
when you
think.
look at Sheffield now, yes, Sheffield has fallen off, yeah, but is Sheffield beat on the weekend? So personally, for me, I think Rooney would be a perfect fit. Why? Remember that this man came through Everton. This man know what Everton is, right?
No, but then we have to be careful of that. We have to be careful of that because guess what? Ole came through
Now
Manchester
not our
United.
don't
Ole,
come with
no,
that.
hold on, no, maybe serious. Maybe serious now. We have to be careful of, not because you were a player that come through a system, mean. And remember, for Derby County and Everton is two different kind of fish. You have to be careful with that. So when Wayne Rooney come in, the pressure is going to be on him. The pressure is going to, hey, Everton want to finish in the top half of the season. Hey, can you do this? You have to manage different egos. I just think the Premier League is a total different kettle of fish. And I'm not saying that he can't do it, right? Because Steven Gerrard coming in and he's doing the damn thing. But Frank Lampard also coming and we can say, oh, it's Chelsea, big club, whatever the case may be. But the Premier League pressure is different. And you start lose 2-3 games on the trot, and you start here, hey, Rooney, they love Rooney now. Rooney out, Rooney out. So you
All
just
right,
have to be careful.
with what you said, you have a valid point, right? Because right now, remember the time that they sacked, who was it again? Marco Silva? I think it was on Darren Ferguson. Ferguson was the one, right?
Oh, Duncan
Duncan
Ferguson.
Ferguson. Yeah,
That's
Duncan
that's
Ferguson.
where I was going. He'll be my replacement.
Big Dunk is right there already. And remember that Big Dunk was the one that actually unleashed Calvert Lewin.
Yeah, so you get straight to my point. So for me, that man bleed Everton through and through. He already took the job as caretaker and he had Everton, well, like you say, unleash Calvert Lewin and all of that. So for me, I would use him and the crowd and everybody seem to just love him in the club. You know what I mean? So but I just want to give a round of applause to Agent Rafa. He did the work as a Liverpool fan. I'm very glad playing Rondon every week, selling Luca Dean to Gerrard over there, so
Brother, you
and
leave out one key thing, though.
losing to Norwich.
The Lord's work.
Like the man just go in there and he might do the thing. He was like 22 games, 7 wins, and 10 defeats with a win rate of 31%. Man spent 200 days in charge of Neverton, and boy, yo, Rafa, you do the work, boss, and we appreciate you at Liverpool. You'll always be a legend. I'm just sorry that they fire you so fast, but big up yourself. Like
Wait,
they were rough, man.
so what happened to Martinez? I heard his name was being called for the
No,
position as
bro.
well.
No, bro. Don't go
I
back
mean, I
there.
don't think he's a good fit, but I heard his name was being called that
Yeah,
he,
it's been rumored now about Kems. You see certain things like, and certain times, me personally, used to have the standpoint that, you see, once you had a love affair with someone before, don't go back there. Just leave it as it is and just let bygones be bygones. Let it just stay where it is. You're in a good job at Belgium, stay in that. A World Cup is coming up, just do what they can do with the Belgian team instead of coming to Everton right now. And if Everton, as I just pointed out, that if Everton had any goals whatsoever, they wouldn't have hired Rafa. It's right now, if Everton has goals, they won't hire Martinez because that man can't coach either. He cannot. So, makes no sense.
Hey, I have a question, right? It's kind of a stupid question, but I'm gonna ask. No,
Question
never
is
mind. Me
stupid.
ask off here.
No
Can't
question
take
is
it.
stupid. Shoot it if you want to
No,
shoot
me
it.
ask off.
Yeah,
Off,
ask off here because they
I don't
want
want
you
deep.
for long time.
I don't want demo here. My question either.
What did I tell, man? But next up, we saw Newcastle against Watford, and I guess that's why Demo came here. He came here in his headband and all of that. But boy, Newcastle. One, this is like what? I believe they said it's the 20th time this season Newcastle has been in a position to gain points, like maximum points, and they have lost it. Now, Demo, you look at them, and I mean, Newcastle were playing very good in that game, especially that first half. And I mean, I think they had a shot that went against the crossbar, and I mean, if I gave them 10 pieces of woods, they would have done better because he won a lot of knockdowns. But um, boy, when do you start to throw in the towel and say that it just won't happen for them? Because being in so many winning position and then still manage to drop points, it just hasn't worked out. So, what do you think about?
Yeah.
Um,
So I remember when we were doing the predictions for relegation, and I said that Newcastle were going to get relegated. And there is somebody on this podcast said, "Oh, so them have big Saint Max and them still will get relegated." I just want people to know that as awesome as you can be as a footballer, and you alone are gonna carry the team. And so you can do as much as you can, and the defense will let you down. So for me, I think Newcastle will get relegated just because they won't have enough as a whole collectively to stay up in the league for now until them continue to. Like you said, they were playing really well. Saint Max was a terror. Like the man just, I don't know how people can rate this man. The man is just next level. He was driving, taking on his man. Like the man do every trick in the book. And I thought that he got the goal that he deserved, you know. And Chris Wood, I said that he would play a big part in this game as well on debut. Like I think the guy only missed one header. Like the man I win everything. Him whole up play was excellent, bringing people in the game and all of this, and he was great for me on debut. So I thought that Newcastle would have won that game, but boy, Joe Pedro. You spoke about him in the prediction. Nobody saw that one coming, and him just pop up with that thing. Like when everybody thought the game was wrapped up, I think Eddie Howe thought the game was wrapped up and just take off St. Max. And then as soon as St. Max came off, I think he got injured anyway. So, that goal came and it was heartbreaking for Newcastle because I thought they were the better team and they deserve to win the game. But hey, 1-1 and it's very frustrating for Newcastle fans.
All right, here's Christoph saying that Newcastle can't hold a lead to save them life. I think coach made a mistake in taking off Saint Max.
Yeah, but he was injured.
That's what I was going to say, that he was injured, so he never really had a choice. But Kims, no to you. I heard you talk up this Ranier fellow when I tell her that this man is bugging. Listen what this Super Club Watford did. Super Club Watford, Zisco Munoz, 7 games, 7 points. Now you look at Claudio Ranieri, 12 games in EPL, 7 points. Yet still they sack Munoz. Yet still they has kept Ranieri in the job. How does make how does that make any sense, or make it make sense to me? Because it doesn't right now.
Well, I'm not the person who's at the top of Watford operations. So I'm not really sure what they're doing. But I told you guys. You guys told me that he's not going to make it to the new year and this and that and all that. And I said this man will finish out the season, right? And you guys tell me that Watford fire managers like crazy, but I'm saying right now they're in the heat of the relegation battle. I know they're not in the bottom three, but they're right there. So I think if they fire this manager right now, I think it will put them back a little bit. So I guess that is the only reason why they haven't fired him. Probably they survive relegation and then they fire him and then get a new manager for the new season. Who knows? I'm not sure what they'll do. I probably watch a different game from you guys because you guys say Newcastle dominate the game. I'll say dominate the first half, but I
No, no,
think
no,
in the
no, no, no,
second.
Kims. That's what I said. They dominated the first half.
Oh, okay. Because in the second half, I see Watford start playing, some good football against the Newcastle outfit. But for Saint Max, one goal is not enough. One goal is not enough again. Boss, me not make no gestures when you attack, brother. Me just be quiet and be humble. Me not make no gestures. So me no want no gestures in my image. All right. Check me out, Levan. Yeah, and this is just my belief. I heard that Eddie Howe, great offensive coach, attacking coach, all that good stuff. I think Eddie Howe is a bug. From he was at Bournemouth, I said he would get relegated. They must fight me every single day that they not get relegated. And the same way I talk about City now in the league yet, and the same thing do with Bournemouth. The league not done yet. Wait until the last day. They still can't make it whatever. I just believe that St. Max could have done more, right? I believe that when your team is fighting relegation, and this is what I think about superstars, and this is why I can put him in that level. When you are a superstar, when you are great, when your team is looking up to you, one goal can't cut it. You have to score two, probably a hat trick. You have to do more. Dima come here and tell me about all the tricks and trades and everything we do. I think that he could have done better, especially against a Watford team where Levon come here and you say, yo, this is a 6-pointer. So I believe that St. Max could have done more. The one goal, I'll give him a clap, but I don't think that was enough. I think he needed to do more, in order to, propel his team to victory. But, I think all in all, Newcastle dominated the first half, Watford dominated the second half, and I think a 1-1 scoreline is fitted for the game.
Here are the man reasons stupid, brother. Up until St. Max came off the field, Newcastle were winning that game. So St. Max win the game for Newcastle. He came off, there's nothing else he can do. The defense now for hold up, they didn't demand them score. What do you mean St. Max need to score 2 and 3? They were winning the game until he came off. What else you need to do?
But what I'm saying, okay, let me tell you what else he needs to do. That's what you asked me a question. Is it rhetorical or can I answer? What I'm saying is that when you're playing in a game like this against a struggling Watford team, I don't want 1-0, 1-0 in a football, any card can play, a little own goal, a little this, a little that. So all I'm saying is that I just want my superstar to step up. I want my superstar to give me at least 2 goals or give me 1 goal and an assist, 2 goals and an assist. That is just what I want my superstar player to do. So that's just what I want. Probably I'm a little bit too greedy, but that's just what I want.
I thought we wanted superstars to win the game.
Well, he didn't.
He won the game when he was, and then he came off. They want him to be off of the field.
All right, so they got 3 points. And then when he come off, they take back the 3 points.
He cannot do anything else if he's off the field. As the superstar, he gave them the lead. They were winning the game. 87 minutes. Well, what do you want the man to do if them take him off?
Right now, Newcastle still in the relegation zone.
Why? You need to stop. You need to stop this. It get embarrassing now. You need to stop.
That's all right. This I'll embarrass myself.
Newcastle only had 1 shot on target. That's poor, man. You're playing against Watford, who is one of the worst teams. Along with yourself, you just have 1 shot on target.
Like you just come here and say, "Oh, St. Max score, so that's it, job done." No, you have to do more. I'm not continue this.
But I have to give a shout out to that dude that made his debut for Watford, man. He was very good in the midfield. What's his name again, man? Kayembe. He was good in the midfield for them, man. This is what Watford has been lacking. They lack some sturdiness in that midfield, and they kind of had that on Saturday. But boy, if you have Musa Sissoko as your captain and a man to depend on, just expect that you're going to do what Tyrese is saying here, that Watford is going down for sure. And
Sissoko miss an easy 1-on-1 chance, right?
Yep. Here's Michelle saying that Kems think because his name is Saint, he's a superhero or something.
Michelle Kems don't really.
All right, so Michelle, let me ask you a question. What happened against that team? We haven't addressed that. What happened against that team, Cambridge or whatever, who they play against, where St. Max play the full 90 or so? What happened against that? Demo, I not talk to you, and Michelle, I talk to you. So I don't know where I jump up ready for answer from. So Michelle, tell me what happened against that team, Cambridge or what? I can't even pronounce the name of that team. But what happened against them? I'm just saying he has gotten 2 weak oppositions back to back, and he has failed to impress. Like I'm just saying, just go out and win the game. And if you are the superstar, there's no more Callum Wilson. You're not in Callum Wilson's shadow anymore. This is now your team. Callum Wilson is on the bench. You just go ahead and you just get the job done. 2 goals, 1 assist, 1 goal, 1 assist. Before you come off of the field, just ice the game. That's all I want. I don't want him to be a superhero. I just want him to play good football. That's it. Ice the game. Be a superstar.
Boss, you know who got the man of the match of that game? You thought boy was impressive because him scored. You know who got the man of the match of the game?
And I know who got 1 point. And Watford is still ahead of him.
And you say you want him for ice the game. He did ice the game and then walk off. Like, where I thought about. Anyway, live on. Next game.
All right, so here's Dale Francis saying that Messi hardly scoring in Farmers League left the man alone.
All right, we're not talking about Messi right now, bro. Give me Messi. Messi have COVID. Let Messi go and enjoy himself.
Kems, they just said that Sadima can hit back here easily. I said leave St. Max alone. He was on the bench when they conceded. Let's move on. But next up was Wolves getting a 3-1 victory over Southampton. I thought this was going to be not this high scoring, and finally that bug Adama Traore got on the score sheet, and he even got an easier opportunity before that to actually bury. But I'm going to ask you, Dimo, first up. The penalty decision. Did you thought it was a penalty, or you thought that Southampton at that point in time were robbed?
No, initially I didn't think it was, but after the review, yeah, it was a clear penalty for me. I mean, for me, that's what technology is there to do. You never see it at first. When you go back and look, for me, it's clear. Like the man kicked down the man. There's nothing else he can do. So for me, it was a penalty, and Jimenez did what Jimenez did. But you gotta ask him some.
All right, Kems. Remember we were
Oh,
previewing this game and talk about Southampton, and bro, sometimes you have to just really look at it and say that just what if this James Ward-Prowse guy had more to his game than just free kick? Because that was a peach of a free kick, and I mean, what you'd want from him is just a case like you just mentioned about St. Max, that these are the star players of the team. So you want the output to be more. You want him to impact the game more. And yeah, he was here and there, but I'm going to go back to Dima because Dima guy impressed again that I don't like. Romeo, he was arguably the best midfielder. But when you look at Ward-Prowse, good free kick, and they said that only David Beckham has scored more from direct free kicks in Premier League than him. So what I thought about his performance and what you think of him as a player overall.
We
That's what you
are.
think.
Kimsey asks.
oh, me, you think you say I go back to Demo? Oh, it's my bad.
Yeah.
So for me, right,
Mhm.
I and again another one that I got right that Demo failed to come forward and say. I said the only way Southampton can score on Wolves is if they get a dead ball situation, a free kick from Ward-Prowse, or even a penalty, because that is what he does. But no acknowledgement from Demo, but make me get it wrong, him come and him run off him out. Anyway, I'm really Wolves level, and I remember you were saying that, boy, really know which part of the goals them are gonna come from, for Wolves, but hey, things happen, and I said on the show that hey, Southampton give up 30 goals in the season so far. So even if Wolves not scoring, because I think Wolves not score only 14 goals up to that point, and I say, hey, Wolves will be glad to see Southampton because they will get opportunities, they will get goals. I'm so said, so done, and I'm really glad for Adama because he's a baller when we rate. Obviously, he's not the biggest baller, but he's just a baller with me just straight. Now see the baller, just straight the baller. And I heard that he was linked to Spurs. Hopefully he doesn't go to Spurs because and I need him under some good top class proper coaching, who can understand him. So Aston Villa I think would be good for him under Stevie G. Hopefully we can get him over to Aston Villa. But it was a good game by Wolves, obviously compact as usual. Apart from that free kick, I think that they gave away, for the most part, Wolves play Wolves football. So, good victory for them. I think they are now tied with Manchester. No, they are one behind Manchester United right now on points.
But Dimo, Romeo, as I mentioned, he played well, and I want you to counter what Kim just said about Adama because personally for me, I think that man would be perfect in an Antonio Conte system.
But I have nothing. Somebody just put it in the comments. I'm gonna have nothing to say, brother. I have nothing to say, boss. Like there is no way on this earth somebody can come and say they rate Adama but not Saint Max. Like it just don't add up in my head.
Well,
You mean?
what?
But hello,
Let me get
I
that.
might exactly. So I mean, I think who's deserved the victory. They're the better team. The only thing I'm gonna take from the Southampton game, as I said, was Romeo. Like him, I don't know what you expect from him, Levan. The man is a holding midfielder, break up play, and just make the simple passes. For me, him now go bang in goals and all of that stuff. And the man is a tidy midfielder, which do him job probably 80% of the time. So that's what he was doing. That's what he did. And you're not gonna really see them type of ball. You're not gonna notice them because they're not opening your face and stuff
Creation
like
one from him, man.
exactly, but that's not that's Ward Pro's rule. And I mean, I don't know why you say if Ward Prowse had more to his game. I think he's very good. Not I not just
No,
free
no, no,
kick
no.
man.
What I'm getting at is that had this guy had more passes in his locker and things like those, I think he would have been easily probably top three, top four midfielder in the
Boss,
league, and he's
you
not
a
right now.
flashy players you rate, boss. Flashy
No,
players.
no,
Ward
bro. It's
Prowse
not
is
a
a
case of
very good
flashy.
midfielder.
It's not a case of flashy, Mind you, I like him, But what I'm saying is that This is based on the Ward Pros I saw from around 5, 6, 7 years ago. I expected him to have grown more, and he hasn't. It seems like those sort of player that is stuck at one level. Like
Yeah,
yes,
well, that I can't agree with him. Him not really improve. And man, watch him for a long. The man a captain Southampton from him a teenager. Like man, watch him for a while. So you're probably right about that. But Wolves got the job done, and yeah, I mean, I think everybody call it. I think I call it a high scoring draw. I think I call it 2-2.
wow,
So so me get it wrong, but I mean, good game. Glad for him in his. And yeah, it was a good win for Wolves.
and the guy that you pointed out, Prudence, he was a menace for them again.
Boss, I tell you, since that man came back, he has been really good. The highlight for me though was the free kick. Like that's one of the better free kicks in a Premier League history. So yeah.
All right, so Kems, Adlam said that you rate Adama and not Saint Max, and you're Sherwin saying that Kems are saying it rate Blanca.
My thing is, all right. So, like, I wanna understand. If me say, me rate her, just like me rate Ole, but me don't rate Kanté. That no mean say Kanté no good or this or like me just if me rate somebody, like me just rate them. It can be because of intangibles. It can be whatever reason. Me just rate them.
So you're still gonna say that this brother wire cross rate Traore and chastise Alan. Maybe rate Bunny more than Aguero.
Well, I think you guys are taking it out of context. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Adama Traore is better than Saint Max. I've never once ever said that in life. I've never said that. All I said is that I rate Traore. That's all I'm saying. We just rate Traore. As a is a ball on my watch, is a ball on my research, is a ball on my see upbringing, everything. We just rate the man. That's my thing. We just rate the man. I not say him better than St. Max. St. Max better than him. But that don't mean say because St. Max better than him, me can't rate Traore over St. Max.
Comprehend.
Fair enough.
Yes, Christoph saying that Ward Prowse is missing something for real. I think he needs to be a bit more creative in play, not only in a dead ball situation. And as we pointed out, and Dima agreed that based on the play that we saw from way whenever, he hasn't improved. And here's Aldan saying that Ward Prowse is a dead ball specialist, bro, and he must center mid. He must play good for the quality in playing with Southampton, get a lot of heavy defeats. That doesn't negate the fact that he can do better.
Nah. I mean, I've seen him. I don't know. I think I've seen him play for England.
Yeah, the other day him
Play
get
for
called up.
already, and then play with better players, and I don't like him shine this either. So I really understand that point.
All right. Next game up is a man who said that he wish he had on his jersey tonight. And I mean, he was saved by their savior, Felipe Coutinho.
Saved. Saved. What are you saying?
And personally, for me, all I have to say is one, it seems like, as a United fan pointed out, that it seems like Rafael Varane was making a sub-zero slide. And Diego Dalot was beaten all day long defensively. He was skinned all day long. But what Dima talk about flashy, this is one player that people don't pay a lot of attention to, and he has been very good this season in the Premier League. When he was under Dean Smith, when they were performing poorly, and since Gerrard has came in, he has just taken his game to the next level. I'm talking about none other than Jacob Ramsey. This guy is a very good footballer. Now, Kems, you know that you want to talk about your Aston Villa side now because your boy cancer went down early, and it seems like it was a blessing in a sense. But go ahead and talk about your side.
Well, Dima can talk first, man, because I'm.
Yeah. Let me just get out of the way and leave the Villa fan with the Man U fan and let you guys enjoy yourselves. So obviously the only thing I have to talk about is Felipe Coutinho. I came out on here and I said that he's going to be. I don't think he's the same Coutinho that left Liverpool. I think he has been a flop since. I didn't expect him to come. Well, I don't expect him to come in the Premier League and just come and dominate like that. For one, I thought that the man of that game was the man you mentioned, Levan. Like the man all throughout, the man was just excellent. The man play well. And Luca Dina, he was excellent at left back as well. The man have energy for kills, his crowd.
Not to me. I think his crossing was poor in that game.
Yeah, Joe. Lucadinho was one of the
Listen,
man.
his decision making was
Outstanding.
poor. And I soon get to Ken's, but
Yeah, we can talk about it after.
no,
Let's
no, no.
move
Hold
on.
on, man. I'm going to bring it across to you. There was this play that I don't remember who passed the ball to him that he should have taken the shot first time. He took an extra touch and kicked it right into the side netting. Had he taken on the shot the first time, that would have cost the
Boss, that ball that he play behind the man didn't have to take the
no,
touch
man.
to kick the
It's
ball.
an extra touch in taking. It's
Me
two
know-
touches in take.
He had to take the touch.
Even
Remember the
the
play.
commentators themselves said that he never had to take the two touches.
All right, fine. We can talk about that after. I'm not here for breakdown game. So for me, no Ronaldo and Bruno scores twice. Like something like that for me. Since Ronaldo came, Bruno has looked the same, and him not playing now bags 2 goals. I don't know what the stats are. People can point it out, but Bruno does well when Ronaldo doesn't play. And Greenwood, I remember when Ronaldo was coming, and I was saying to you guys that, hey, listen, Ronaldo might stifle Greenwood's progression and stuff like that and all of that. I mean, Greenwood looked lively in the game for the start. I think he missed a couple chances where you'd expect him to score. But all in all, I thought it was a very exciting game. I'm very happy for Steve Gerrard. I mean, they might take it as a 2-2 victory, but it's a well-earned draw from 2-0 down to come and save the game and get a point. Listen, the Villa keeper himself the first goal. I don't know what that was. He might let in that, but listen, they came back and they got a point. Happy for Coutinho. I mean, me no wish no bad things. Me honestly, I have a Coutinho jersey where I rip off the 10 and the name. I'm use it to clean my shoes because he's a snake to me. I'm gonna like him personally, Zine. But me no wish no bad female know him go through him struggles after him left and all of that. And as long as he might take points off of my rivals, all good. So I mean, you are not direct rivals. You understand what I mean? Just traditional rivals. But yeah, all well and good for me. It was a good game. I'm enjoy.
All right, Kems, can talk about your team now.
So I remember you came on here, blasphemous as usual, saying that a team is fighting relegation. So I would expect the team who is not fighting relegation to win this game quite easily. However, I can remember when Ole was in charge of your Manchester United team, the same problems that are occurring now are the same problems that were occurring then. Conceding late goals, playing the same midfield combination who
Can I stop you for a second? Could you just go ahead and talk about your Aston Villa team?
No, I want
Thank
to
you.
talk about the totality. I want to talk about the totality, both teams. It's not.
I don't want to talk about Manchester United conceding late goals. Talk about Aston Villa.
Aston Villa didn't play against themselves, right? So hold on, but I'm just saying, right? So the same issues that were happening with Manchester United before, of course, Ole is the same issues that's happening with Mr. Press Conference. But as usual, after the game finished, he went over about the crowd, the Manchester United crowd, with his press conference and talk about this is the best game I see Manchester United play, and we're going to get better from this, yada yada yada. Again, with the Aston Villa side now, I love the character that they showed. Being down 2-0 at that point in time, anybody can just hang their heads and just wait for the game to be over. Well, Steven Gerrard kept, if you looked at him on the sideline, if you looked at the two managers on the sideline, they can see which manager is more passionate about the team. Steven Gerrard continue coaching, continue, doing his little thing, doing his little pep thing, and talking to the players. And then he said, okay, I have a little magician on the bench. So let me bring him in at the right time because, let me look at this game. This defense is porous. Dalot is getting beaten regularly. Varane looked like he has a brain fart. So let me bring in the little magician. And as soon as he brought in the magician, then, the game changed automatically. And I believe that obviously Aston Villa could have won it. I think Coutinho, he had a shot and somebody had blocked it on a teammate had blocked it or something like that. And that was definitely going into the back of the net. So obviously, I'm really happy for my team, for getting that draw, for just showing that character, showing that fight. It's something that I haven't seen at my former team. If my former team down 2-0, they can call it and say, oh God, 3, probably 4-0, the game finished. But, and this is a great mimic of the coach and what the coach is trying to is trying to prove. And the coach said that obviously Coutinho is not match fit right now, and we are getting him there. When he gets there, he's going to be a dangerous team. And that ball, I see a lot of persons talking about, when Leon Bailey come back, this Aston Villa team, and me personally, and only can tell me, I don't see. I'm looking, and I don't see where Leon Bailey fit in the starting lineup at all. I don't see where he fit. You guys can tell me if you see anywhere, but I don't see where it's fit. So we have Everton to play next, and Everton without a manager. If they get a manager by that
Boss,
time, probably they have done it.
big dunk is there.
Huh?
Duncan Ferguson is there, man. Don't worry yourself. Villa fans fretting already. But I saw this comment, man, and this comment had me cracking, man. Stu Mac said that Rangnick has pub league assistants, an MLS coach, and a kick and chase idiot named Darren Fletcher.
See what I talk about? We're not talk about the head coach now. Now we're going to him assistants and everybody else apart from the head coach. Okay.
Yeah, here's that you're saying that Ralph makes changes, drop a few players, Ole would never.
All right. Are you seeing different results, Latoya? Are you seeing a different style of play? Are you seeing something to be encouraged about under this manager? That's all I want to know. Remember, in only 2 full seasons, he finished 3rd place, he finished 2nd place, he made it to a final, he made it to multiple semifinals. So this man has some credentials on them belt. All this man is doing is winning press conferences and say, I was the one who teach Klopp and teach Tuchel and teach Nagelsmann. That is all him have on them belt.
This is a very good comment from Fabi Fana. Fabi Fana saying that Villa need to start games better though. Gerrard is going to need a much more clinical forward if they are to get higher in the league. And that's facts. Because I was watching the game and personally for me, I was concerned as a United fan that they are going to come out hard in that second half. In the games that they have played this season so far, it's that first half that has been their Achilles heel. And I believe the only game that they really played well in the first half, to an extent, was against Leicester when Ramsey had the disallowed goal. But since all the other games, they have been poor in the first half. So I agree with
No, that's not true.
I thought they started really well versus Manchester United until Martinez got a goal in the thing. They started brightly for me.
But that was just merely 5 minutes.
And when they played against Brentford, I think they started well in the first half as well against Brentford. They eventually lost the game for sure, but they started well in that game.
Hold on, I just want to ask something. Why must see everybody else say Coutinho get an assist? Like which assist he get?
He didn't.
Like everywhere we look, Coutinho assist and goal.
They had initially given it to him and then they took it away.
No one defender kicked the ball to something else. Okay.
But as a United fan though, as I was saying, all I have to say is what I said on the previous podcast. I have nothing much to say. Then I personally will get rid of all these players.
No, so let me ask you a question as a Manchester United fan. Now, this is all seriousness now, no joke thing. Watching this team, are you encouraged that change is coming? Are you okay that this Ragnick guy is in charge for 6 months and he's going to be in charge of the next head coach? Based on what you're seeing, are you confident enough that he will choose the right man for the job? In all seriousness.
All right. All fun and joke aside, Ragnick won't be the one choosing the next coach. I'm tell you why I said that. I am watching how Manchester United operate, right? And based on what I see, number one, this man pointed out that he need a midfielder. And up to now, it's like 17 days in a month already. I can't see a midfielder. No. As it pertains to will he choose the one? As I said, he won't choose the person that will come in. Because there's people over him that, how would I put this? You know, like you have a sore, Kims, and then you just put a band-aid over it, and the band-aid just cover up the sore. But underneath it, you don't know, so that sore keep on getting bigger and bigger. That is what they did. It's because fans keep on calling for things, they try to appease the fans by doing these and making these moves. But inherently, Manchester United as a club is in a shocking state, right? In terms of from owners to whosoever they have in charge, because there's no way you can tell me that a man like Darren Fletcher, who has absolutely no expertise before this in football, is your technical director. When you have a man like Edwin van der Sar, who pointed out that, hey, I want to be here at Manchester United. This man has been at Ajax for a good while now as their director, and you saw what Ajax has done. So, personally, for me, there's not enough people at the club with football mindset. Manchester United,
What?
Manchester United right now is a commercial club.
Yep.
I can't beat around the bush. They are a commercial club. Am I
And
satisfied as a fan? Absolutely not. But what can I do? Just don't buy any more jerseys. Simple as that. As I have done. Not
one
support
thing,
it.
what's his name? Zlatan told us, remember Zlatan came out and he said, hey, being on the outside of Manchester United, we thought it was everything, a child's dream. But when we actually go inside of that club and see, the operations on how everything is run, it's not a club that you want to be a part of. And, I'm telling you, like, again, I'm expecting these things from Stoke City, Norwich, and West Brom, clubs like that. But a big club as Manchester United is, I expect, players are come out and call out other players. Players don't want to come training. Players don't want to work hard. You have to have 5 players to stay overtime in order to improve them craft. I don't
But
think they're
okay,
foolishness. Me and no,
Dimo come on here multiple times and call Atletico souped up Stoke City. Right now, if I'm being honest, Manchester United is a souped up West Brom. A West Brom with money. I'm
and
not
right
going to
now,
beat around the bush, brother. Like the club itself need a cultural change. That is one. A cultural change from the standpoint that you see these players that are at the club right now, they're just not good enough. It's fans, I included, that let these players think that they are all that, in which they are not. A lot of these players are bugs and they're garbage. Because, for instance, you look at a man like Martial, and this man is on like what 250,000 per week for doing absolutely nothing, right? No, he wants to leave. Nobody's willing to pay that. And because of that,
yep.
you're stuck with him. Now I see some United fans saying that, oh, if you're going to keep him, you need to give him time and whatnot. Give him time for what reason? This man make it point blank clear that he wants to leave. So why should you play him? I remember back in Champions League, what year was it again, producer, when Fergie benched Rooney? Dropped him as a matter of fact. 2013 when he dropped Rooney, and Rooney was a star man of that team, and he gave an opportunity to Welbeck. What I want Rangnick to do now, and this is where is selflessness and in terms of his, that's it. I want him to be forthright in his decision making. It's the youths right now. When you look at the academy, give chances to those youths. Let them go out there and do whatever they can do. Because even Elanga who played that game against Villa, I mean, he played decent. Those guys are hungry right now, so give chances to guys like those. The rest of those people who are there, that's for them. Bruno, yeah, me rate Bruno still, but even Bruno himself, him can go on. The man just turn one bag. He's an
All
excuse
right.
specialist right now. So
So,
personally for me, all of them can just lift up.
so one last thing, right? So there was a report that came out where Ragnick said the reason why Marshall wasn't in the squad because he asked not to be in the squad, right? And then Marshall came out and fired back and said, "I've been here for 7 years. I want to play football for this club. There is no way I would not want to be a part of the team." So like stuff like that, man, talk about. Coach, I say one thing, player, I say one thing. This
No,
is
no,
not
no.
the Manchester United.
He clarified it. Ragnick said that the way that he said whatever, it was taken out of context. He never said that Marshall never wanted to play. He said that Marshall wasn't available in the sense that he more than likely wasn't fit to play the game. He clarified
Oh,
it today.
okay.
But
Okay.
all I'll say is that Manchester United has been a mess since Fergie left, and Fergie was the bandage over the big sore.
Things
Well,
things
what I
we
say
love to
that
see. Things we love to see. Let's move on.
what
I
I
love
what I say that Ole came and instilled that culture back in Manchester United,
I
and
want
you
to hear
guys were
about that.
ungrateful.
That man is part of the problem. But here's Stu Max saying that United's biggest problem. Fergie won titles in the 90s with obese defenders, named Malista and Steve Bruce. Football in England has evolved, but the shapeless Maguire and Shaw remain clueless. I say people keep on asking about Pogba. I don't want to hear about Pogba either. Pogba can just leave this
Wait, what happened to Maguire? I'm injured? Or him never played?
Maguire, he came back in the last. He was on
Yeah,
the
I
bench.
saw him on the bench. That's why I saw him not play.
Yeah, he had some breathing problem.
Okay.
But let's move on to West Ham against Leeds. That was an entertaining game, and I'm just going to get through this game. Then I have a question for both of you guys to answer. So first up, Leeds got a 3-2 victory. Leeds had like what between 10 to 14 first teamers out of this game, and yet still they ended up getting a 3-2 victory. Jack Harrison was on fire, and Demo, what you have to say? Kems, what you have to say about this one?
All right, so this is why I tell us a little hype up about David Moyes need to stop, right? Because obviously the man is a manager that is deserving of a job in the English Premier League. But I don't want to hear that this man is not top 5 manager, not top 3 manager in the league, and what he's doing is wonders. Because games like this that you're supposed to win, you cannot be a big club manager and lose games like this. Like the West Ham team right now is obviously way better than Leeds, right? And obviously in the English Premier League, you can lose to any team at any given day. But again, me personally, looking at the game, watching the game, it didn't look to me like West Ham came prepared to play. It didn't look like mentally. I don't know what the team talk was. I don't know if they said, okay, we'll just sell this game or whatever, because that's what it looked. It didn't look like West Ham was ready and locked in to play the football. It looked to me that obviously Leeds been with them fighting relegation, so they are more hungry. But as you said, they are missing a lot of first team players, and they still go there and get it done. So I think we need to pump the brakes on this David Moyes coach of the year and all these things that I hear people saying. I think we need to pump the brakes off. We need to pump the brakes off that he's a decent coach, not to write home about, but great performance by Leeds. Obviously, we know how they're going to come out and play. I think Rafinha was good in the game as well. I always think that man is the engine for the team. Where he goes, how far he goes, that's where Leeds goes. So, good win by Leeds.
All right, Demo.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going. Jack Harrison got the goals, but Rafinha was the man for me. That man, brother, him need for just look over Anfield and say Alisson, Fabinho, what's what, because definitely that man can't stay at Leeds no longer. The man is immense. His creativity from the wing is just different. Like Salah get goals from the wing for we, and they have traditional wingers with B. The man is actually like a creative number 10 on the wing. Like him just different. That true pass from, I think, Jack Harrison's I think hat-trick goal was magnificent, man. And for me, like, him was the man. But Fabi Frano said it that Jared Bowen got the game to equalize. I don't know how much shoulder the ball into the goal, but that was an easy header. And you get 3-3. Antonio did a lot of hard work in that game as well. He hasn't scored. I don't know when last him scored since games call him national or whatever, but he has been very involved with play, linking up play, holding up the ball, getting people involved. But Leeds were the team that worked the hardest, and they really wanted that game. Dan James had a few opportunities as well to score, but Dan James is just Dan James, so you know what you get from him, fast and foolish. But yeah, Leeds were the better team on the day.
All right, and here's Stu Max saying that Rice $100 million hides behind Click when Vlasic had his pocket picked for a third Leeds goal. He fails to offer a selfless angle, much like Southampton when they also shipped 3. He referred to him as the English Zaka. And further down, I see him saying that
Nonsense.
that's the last of my analysis. Greetings from Scotland, guys. Great chat. Big up yourself, Stu.
Big up from Scotland, but that's not true. Declan Rice has been awesome this season.
No, and I think he's a bit too inconsistent. I don't think he's consistent enough to, as I guess, Moyes says 100 million or 100, or yesterday price is not today's price, whatever him say. But I believe in order for him to be in that level where, other persons want to put him, I think he has to be more consistent. I believe in games where West Ham is not good, he has to consistently be the standout player for West Ham. He cannot be a part of the problem. And he was a part of the problem yesterday, against Leeds. So I believe that he needs to be more consistent, very good baller, English and all, but I think he needs to be more consistent as a midfielder.
Yeah, but this season we can argue that he has been very consistent.
Being consistent.
Like, but I understand. West Ham in the league.
If we're being honest, this has been the most consistent
That's
Rice has been
exactly.
through his career.
No, but so I don't remember how much games played so far this season. Probably 22, 23, something like that.
For some teams.
Out of those games, I'll say I've watched around 8-9 games where he hasn't impressed me. And I can pick out those games when I look at the fixtures. I can pick out those games, but that's why I'm saying that I'm not saying that he can't play football. I'm not saying he's bad. But I'm saying, based on the price tag that they want to put on him, I just need more consistency. I need more influence.
That price tag was just ridiculous. It was just noise being outrageous. But I saw this comment, and even though we stopped talking about Man United, I have to bring it back. Yes, Emerald saying that Pogba scammer plays 5 games, then up off for months.
Boss,
A lot of money.
give me Pogba any day of the week, brother. How much assists Pogba have in the season so far, and he not play for how long?
Bro, Pogba scammer. I tell you that.
Give him Pogba.
James, remember that I came here. James, remember what I said when he had those 4 assists in that game? I said that Pogba is going to give it that for 5 games, and then Pogba does what he does best.
Boss, Pogba is world class, brother. I'll take Pogba any day.
Give me Pogba Aston Villa right now. I'm happy.
So, James, what you said? Pogba is world class?
Of course. What kind
All
of
right,
question
so you know, I asked the question. So if you're going to give Pogba world class status and he's inconsistent, very inconsistent, and you beat Rice for inconsistency, so
all right, so go ahead, Levon, come on now, and you know the football better than that. Pogba play at heights that Rice can only daydream about being at ever in life. Like
what heights?
Brother, Dimo, you want to talk?
Brother, we're having a conversation. What heights you're talking
What heights the man talk about? Not World Cup within Pogba. What heights? World Cup within Pogba? Juventus Pogba?
How Pogba play for France? Rice can never play for England.
Juventus Pogba?
Like the man have reached, like, Levon, no matter how much you hate the man have played at a particular level that very few midfielders can say, boy, I am at that level. That list is not very long. And as much as my thing is, the best ability is availability. I'll say that, right? And he has not been available enough. So if you want to beat him on that part,
all on a second, James. When I say the level that he has played at, let's get some context into it. What do you mean by the level that he has played at?
When you talk about the level, then you talk about the impact that he has on the team, the impact that he has on that France team, the impact that he has when he's on his game in the United team. Pogba at his best and Rice at his best is this. It's not
hold on. What impact has Pogba than Man United? Because me come back to your own argument. You say man beat Bruno Fernandes day in, day out, and Bruno has way more impact on United than Pogba. Yet you say
wait, are we judging impact with goals and assists, or that's
what Kim typically just did because this is what Kim said, the impact that Pogba has for on United and all of that.
Yes,
bro, Pogba's
brother, let me tell you.
I can't believe we have that discussion. I can't believe we have that discussion at Pogba. I'm not even a Manchester United fan. And Pogba world class, man.
No, Levon will always talk about goals and assists for Bruno, but may I tell you, not even Bruno can walk in a Pogba shoes right now. I'm gonna tell you, put Pogba in a Portugal side, and you see a different Portugal side. Yeah, put Bruno in a France team, and it's not the same. Like Pogba is just on a different level, and I don't know why he hasn't been as consistent for Manchester United. Your guess is as good as mine, but I'm saying when Pogba is on his game, again, we can say the levels. Put Pogba level, put Bruno level. Bruno is not at Pogba level. There are very few midfielders where you can match up with Pogba and say,
you're talking foolishness. Why don't you come to me with Pogba, Man United Pogba? Why keep on you have to keep on segue to the French Pogba?
Let me just give you
the Man United Pogba. That man is consistent.
Let me just give you the unbiased opinion, because obviously everybody knows him. Bruno, I went to watch him live here in New York at Sporting. That's a baller. I rate Bruno and I rate Pogba. Boss, night and day. Like Bruno will give you goals and assists, but for pass the ball, for control the ball, for beat a man, for dribble, for vision, it's night and day, brother. Like Bruno, exactly. Bruno passes them all over the place. Like Bruno always tries some Hollywood pass and a kick with the ball every second. He loses possession of the. What do you mean? For dictate the play. You think of goals and assists?
Brother, don't tell me that, because when he plays for Man United, That's the exact reason why people talk about say, oh, every coach that comes to Man United play him out of position, they play him as a holding midfielder to do all of this and that. Why is it that when he's remember I said that he's not a holding midfielder, so I expect this guy to have way better statistics than he does. I mean, I'll give it to him.
again,
I'll give it to him. That his passing range better than Bruno. His vision
everything better than
better
Bruno.
than Bruno.
What do you mean?
Bring the goals and the
Levan, what
assists
I'm
to me
saying.
one, and you're talking about chocolate cheese
What
now.
I'm saying, right? Okay, what I'm saying, Levan,
Also, his big game performances is better than Bruno.
we know that for sure. But
Let's point out his big games of Man United against Man City when they were 3-2 when they won 3-2. I like some that where's in his other.
But you just count goals and assists, and that me not even think about a City game because him score 2 goals.
I think you guys overrate Pogba.
you overrate Bruno. You
bush.
overrate Bruno.
No,
You
me.
I'm not. Overrated
Boss
Bruno
man.
from
Boss
Bruno
man.
step in Manchester United.
Boss
You
man.
overrated that man.
I for one never it's a Bruno world class.
No,
I
I
look
don't care
up
if you
Bruno
say
world class.
I never say same world class. I said you have overrated Bruno from that man and stepped at Manchester United. That man is that man no.
Don't say the man no good. Don't say the man no good.
That is what he is going to say.
But guys, in the argument,
No.
But Pogba, neither Pogba nor Bruno are. None of them are world class. World class midfielders are people like De Bruyne. Pogba are Bruno.
Say less. And they can't tell me somebody in a world class.
Pogba is right under KBD, bro. They need to stop.
World class midfielder. De Bruyne perform consistently.
Okay, let me show you. Like I can never see a Manchester United game. I'ma say, oh, and the coach said, Bruno, take over this game, control this game, control the tempo, control everything in this game. Bruno cannot do that. But Pogba can do that. We have seen Pogba do that years upon years. International and Manchester United. Obviously, I will say, I'll be the first one to say, he hasn't been as consistent for Manchester United, and we can attribute that to a lot of things. We can say bad coach, we can say poor players around him, we can say many stuff. We can attribute it to a lot of stuff. But again, give me Pogba on his best day out of everybody who you just mentioned. And probably KDB, obviously KDB is a level above him, but he's not by far. But Bruno and them other players can't touch Pogba. Just cannot. But again, we can argue this all day, all night, because you're going to stick on your point.
Yeah. We don't need a show. But if me as a Liverpool man can say that, brother, I can't believe me on public I do this. I
don't want no world class player that is going to give me 10 good games per season. If that's be the case, rather stick to some scrub.
Well, at least Bruno is available every game and he can't give it 10.
Give me Bruno goals and assists over Pogba.
But Bruno, the main reason why United come second last season, you know. That is the main reason.
I'm not cheering you, Josh the Carl or Carl the Josh.
What bring that up? Because Bruno, you come here consistently every night.
Bruno is the main reason why United finished second last season.
You say man come here every night and rave about Ole. And that man make Ole look good. If I never Bruno, Ole would have get the sack a long time ago. That man save Ole a job.
Yo, I want to do a show for this, brother.
All right, sure.
All right, the final game of the weekend was Liverpool getting that 3-0 victory over Brentford, and Emo came on here and said that the midfield was key. And guess what? Coach decided that he's going to start Curtis Jones this time, and I think Emo was happy. But what you have to say about your side, boy?
Yeah, listen, it was uninspiring for the first probably 20 minutes. We never got out of second gear. It was very slow and lackluster. I don't know, Brentford, like them just come for sit back and soak up a lot of pressure. Like they literally never create nothing. I don't think they ended the game with a shot on target from Tony, one little whimper shot. But most of the times when they got through, they were offside. We played them offside. But for me, like I said, the starting lineup was key. I wanted Tsimikas, but Robertson started. But I said that Milner, Henderson, and Fabinho cannot start in a midfield together because that will not work. And so said, so done. Curtis Jones Jr., with some respect on his name, he started in midfield and then he had to drift off into the wing. But I remember telling everyone here, probably about first podcast ago, that Joel Matip is a top 5 defender in this league. And people keep on laughing in the comments. People say me I talk madness. Joel Matip, this, blah, blah, blah. I also came on here and said this season, Joel Matip has been better than Van Dijk. And people need to look out for Joel Matip and stop looking for Van Dijk because Joel Matip has been the better defender of the two. And the man just continued to show how awesome is it. Going forward, the man look like one of our best midfielder, dribble past people, have people skate all over the place, but him not have a shot at him. So we knew what happened. So, I mean, I thought that Jota was pretty much ineffective in the game. Like missing Salah and Mane, it seemed like we were kind of toothless up front, and obviously we saw Oxlade-Chamberlain starting on the wing, and Firmino played and stuff, but we looked toothless for a while. And then when Fabinho got that goal, by the way, that was a Trent Alexander-Arnold assist again, double-digit assist for the season, and only Muller, Lionel Messi has created more in the top 5 leagues than Trent Alexander-Arnold so far. So these little sprinklings, Cancelo and Reece James and some little man wanna bring up, when you need to just check on yourself and put some respect on the man. So, you know, after the goal went in, we were dominant. Very, very proud that Minamino got his goal. I think that he has been slept on. A lot of Liverpool fans don't rate him. They want him out. They say that him not good enough for Liverpool, but I think that he is going to be a big player for us once given the opportunity. I don't think Klopp gives people the opportunity that they deserve. The man bring on Cade Gordon, actually very proud of him. Thought he should have scored that goal when he was 1-on-1, you know. And I mean, he's a young youth, we're not gonna pressure him 17. But yeah, glad for him, glad for Ox. The only concern for me was that Ox came off injured and already shot, but good win for us. We didn't come out a second gear, and that's what I'm happy about. We got the job done. Clean sheet for Alisson, and we move. Liverpool back in the title race with a game in hand, and we look to do the league a favor and do
No,
something.
you aren't doing a league, no favor. But Kems, do you have anything to say about this game? Because I want to ask you and Dimo a question.
No man, Demo say everything. But all I'll say, Brentford look in trouble. If you look at their next 2 fixtures coming up,
Don't worry about it. Brentford has a winnable game midweek. We are going to get there.
2 or 3. Do I next 3 games?
Yeah,
They're going to win their next game, so no problem.
I know them have Man U, City, and them have a next hard game.
Brentford has Wolves in between. So they have United, Wolves, and City. They have Crystal Palace.
They'll probably be United or get a point from them or something like that. You know it.
All right. We're going to get there, but the question I want to ask you guys is that when you look at the other leagues across Europe, they have faced the same problems that the Premier League has faced in terms of COVID, players being injured, and all of that. No, they have not postponed as much games as the EPL has done. Last weekend, I believe it was Bayern who played against Borussia Mönchengladbach, and Bayern's bench, none of those guys on the bench had any first team experience whatsoever. No first team appearance. They had a Paul Warner guy, he just turned 16 the other day. They had this Ibrahimovic guy, he just turned 16 the other day as well. And it was basically a very young bench, right? Now, the reason why I ask this question, do you guys think that the EPL is a great league, but in terms of the persons in hierarchy, they just do some stupid things? Because what team can only have one COVID case and you're going to postpone the game because of that? Does that make any sense at all? Why is it that these teams have academies? Why is it that these teams have so much plethora of other players that they can choose from for you to postpone games?
Well, all right. So this is the thing, right? And I think it started with, and I think Gary never came out and he spoke strongly about it. And, I agreed with him when he was saying, it seemed like these teams, if they can't field their best 11, they want the game postponed, which is absolutely unfair. And if you notice, Tottenham, I think Tottenham was the first team that tried that in their little that competition, the European competition. Where they tried to say, they want the game postponed because, and then they eventually had to forfeit, lose 3-0. So where that is concerned, I believe that. But I think right now the Premier League has already set such a bad precedence. It's hard now to
Can
bring
be.
it back and say, hey, because a lot of teams, and I think it was Southampton was a team who came out and spoke about it as well when they were saying, hey, a lot of teams are getting games postponed. But what we did, we went out and we got additional players, in the transfer market or whatever the case may be. We didn't ask for games to be postponed. And I think the big teams are definitely doing it, and it's not a good look. The Tottenhams, the Arsenal just the other day, they have a COVID case, but they have injuries, and hey, can we get the game postponed? But as I said, I believe the Premier League has already set a bad precedence with postponing all those games. It's hard now to come down very hard and say, hey, guess what? No more of this. It's very hard to do that.
All right. Good point. Because when you look at Arsenal, for instance, right? Yeah, they knew that they were going to have players going after AFCON, and also they knew that the possibility existed that they would have had players gone down to COVID because every team has faced it this season, if we are being honest, right? Arsenal loaned out, I believe, 2 or 3 players in this window. So why is it that they can afford to do things like those, yet still they're asking for games to be postponed? Does that make any sense whatsoever? Dimo, you can attempt to answer.
Yeah, so I mean, Kim's basically said everything. So for me, I remember the Arsenal fans crying about the Liverpool because we actually had COVID cases came out. I mean, obviously it came out that they were false positives, but at the time when our cases came out, we have to respond to the league when the COVID results came, and they came out positive, but it turned out afterwards that they were false positive and only Trent did thing. So they were crying that, oh, we get game postponed and blah blah blah. No, the same thing happened to them. They wanted postponed. As Kim said, the precedent was already set. I don't think that you can now go back around and be like, oh, we can't do that anymore. Eventually, though, like everybody and anybody can just ask for postpone game when they don't have the players. They can just wait till people come back from injury or come back from African Cup of Nations or whatever it is, and then they can feel a team. I think somebody today, was it Burnley? I don't remember who it was, but a game got postponed again today because they asked if it can be postponed. I'm like, even them little teams here now I come up and ask to postpone game. Like it's getting ridiculous. But as Kem said, the precedent was set and you can't really back down. So yeah.
What I think is going to happen to these English teams, I think they're going to go to Champions League and try and get those games postponed, and then it's going to be a no-go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You have to play with your little squad.
And
You
I guess
see, England, brother, them always want to do them own thing like a them run football. They want them own rules, and they really want them try that for true.
if you look at it, you know that they're making it bad on themselves because guess what? You're going to postpone all these fixtures, then these top clubs are going to have a pile up of fixtures, and then when it comes on the Champions League, they're going to be tired. So you're making it bad for those clubs themselves. So the club themselves not thinking. They're not looking at it from a logical standpoint. And then remember that the league has to finish within a certain period of time because of World Cup year and all of that. So they're not really looking at anything logically. And look at Leeds, for example, as I pointed out earlier. Leeds had like around 14 first team players out. You know what they did? Give youth a chance. Leeds is the only team this season to have given 8 teenagers they have given game time this season. And I know that Demo rate one of them highly, and I rate him as well. Joe Gellert, I think that guy has a high ceiling. But it just goes to show that what's the purpose of these teams having academies if they're not going to give them the opportunity? Because, I mean, if you look at all these big clubs, and not even the big clubs, right across the board, all these teams has academies. So play the academy players and stop crying over 1 and 2 players being down. But we're going to move forward quickly and just review the couple of games that will take place tomorrow and Wednesday. So tomorrow we'll see Brighton taking on Chelsea. What do you have about that one, Demo?
I think Chelsea will bounce back. It's going to be a tough game though, but I think that they'll bounce back and they'll defeat Brighton. I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea.
All right, Kems.
This Brighton team don't really want to score goals in us. So I think this is a good opportunity for Chelsea to try and see, if they can, salvage a top 4 position. So I'm going with a Chelsea victory, 1-0 Chelsea.
I'm glad that you pointed out about Bruyne because the window is open, right? They have gone ahead and they have signed a midfielder. A midfielder that I like. I mean, they have loaned him out to Union Gila in Belgium, but they have signed Kasper Kozlowski from a team down there in Poland. They signed him for like around 8 million with a done. So it leads me to think that, hey, midfield is not really a problem. I mean, this is a top talent, but you have a problem scoring goals. Why is it that you guys never went out and signed a striker instead of going for a midfielder? Because you could have invested the money right there. But I guess it's just business for them. Next up, we'll see Leicester taking on Tottenham. Look at this one, Kims. We'll see it going.
Leicester taking on who?
Tottenham.
Um, I have to go with what the Tottenham coach say. There's a lot of problems in the team, problems that he can solve. The team is not as good as he thought that they were. And, as great as a coach as he is, he can't fix the holes in the team right now. However, Tottenham give him money to spend. I see him trying to sell some players, but he hasn't bought bringing any players. So I'm not really sure. Seemed like a walking contradiction to me. However, um, I have Leicester to win this game. I can't remember the last time Leicester play a game though. To be honest, I think they have a bunch of games, a bunch of postponed games. So I can't remember the last time that they played a game.
They were supposed to play against Burnley on Saturday, and that one was
Yeah, and they were supposed to play another game before that too. I think they were supposed to play against Everton as well, and that game got postponed as well. So, again, I'm not sure what kind of shape they're in,
the
but
last time they played was on the 8th against
the 8th of January.
Yeah, in the cup that they beat up Watford 4-1 in.
Yeah, so 9 days now. So it's gonna be 10 days. I expect Leicester to win this game. Um, I just think that Leicester right now, for me, I know Dima tell me, oh, Kante hasn't lost a game in the league yet, but this is going to be his first L. So people in the comment section, go to any bet, just bet, DraftKings, anywhere in the place on the bet, and I'm gonna get this one, Leicester and over 1.5 goals because Leicester will be winning this game 2 goals to 1.
Um,
Yeah,
Emo.
I disagree. I actually think that Tottenham will win this game. I think they'll win this game comfortable as well if it goes on because you know how it go. Yeah, the COVID cases. But if it goes on, I think that they'll win this game. They've massively improved under Conte, and I think that they'll win. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory to Tottenham. I mean, they don't have Son. I don't think Son will be back,
Still
but
out.
yeah. So I'm just going to go 2-0.
And here's Stu Max saying that a wild fact about Bielsa is that he handed Mascherano his first Argentina cap before he had even kicked a ball for his then club River Plate. I think he was 18, genius coach, because he's saying that a lot of players actually gave Bielsa a huge shout out. I think the comment was made in reference to when I said that he has given 8 debutants to youth this season. So yeah, here it is. He's saying that that's because Bielsa is proper manager. Laporte, Avi Martinez, Mascherano, Zanetti, Batistuta, Simeone, Diego Milito all hail him as their biggest influences on their career. Good coach, but
Uh,
sometimes
uh,
he's stuck up on his own ways though.
as most coaches do.
Facts. But Marina cannot change over Roma though, but let's move on. Final game is the one that we can talk about a bit. Brentford against Man United. Personally, I don't expect anything of Man United. Whether they'll win, lose, or draw, I feel no sort of way, to be honest. Um, Demo, your prediction.
Yeah, I think Brentford are in a poor run of form. Southampton slapped them, Liverpool slapped them, and I expect Manchester United to do the same. They're not playing with any confidence. I know they just look. I don't know why, because they have Mbuemo and Tony back and everything, and they just don't
Keeper.
look like they. Yeah, yeah. Raya is his name, right? He was big for them too, so maybe that's it. But they just lack a lot of confidence. Sure, Manchester United drew against Aston Villa or whatever, but Brentford aren't in the same class right now. So I'm going to go Manchester United 3, Brentford 1.
All right, Kims, your favorite player, your big world class baller back in training. He was on the winning team today in Man United training. Where's this one going?
Are you talking about the world class midfielder?
Your world class midfielder.
I unsubscribed from Manchester United news, so I don't know what's going on. I only interested in Aston Villa news now. However,
I believe you.
huh?
I believe you.
No, for real, I'm unsubscribed. Man. But anyway, so I'm looking here at the standings, and Brentford is in 14th, and they score 24, concede 33. United is in 7th, score 32, concede 29. Based on those stats alone, and what I know about Manchester United is that they will concede. So for the betters, the first thing I buy is both teams to score. That is the first thing. Now, who will win this game? Obviously, I think Manchester United is disappointed, giving up a 2-goal lead to Aston Villa. So I think that they will come out. I think that Mr. Press Conference will try and find a way to galvanize the troops and just try to get them. So I think the start of the game is important, and obviously how they finish as well. So I'm going to go with a Manchester United win for this one. I think they need that performance with a win. They played against Newcastle. Newcastle dropped 2 points. They played against Aston Villa. Aston Villa grabbed points from them. So I think they're going to get a win this time. So I'm going 2-1 Manchester United.
Oh boy.
Yeah, deal with Sabasi.
Kims, that time I have it on for you tonight. You know that this is probably about the 20th time she has commented Kim's out.
Oh, yeah, deal with Salati, man. Jano.
She said that you're a wagonist man because you jump ship when United aren't doing good. But here's Stu Max saying that bring it up saying that Ronaldo 90-second made equalizer 2-2 Europa Conference League chase.
Dang. That's the thing they know.
But personally for me, as I said, I don't really expect much of Manchester United. Whether they win, lose or draw, it's neither here nor there. All I want to say is that some players don't get any chance whatsoever, but I think Ragnick favorite players back tomorrow in Scott McTominay, so I probably think they not tomorrow, I mean Wednesday, so I think they can probably get the victory. But who knows? This is Manchester United you're talking about. I'm going to go around the table with you guys to touch on whatever you want to touch on. I can give you guys 2 minutes each. Demo, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about Jamorant. Obviously the Grizz, the streak got broken, but they were back on winning ways today, whipping the Bulls, who are seen as title contenders. So Jamorant was out there doing his thing as he has been awesome.
Did you see that drape up where I'm get from the Bulls player?
No, but I saw that 360 spin and layup. That's what I saw. Anyway, massive shout out goes to England, not England, Ireland actually, for defeating the West Indies in the Caribbean.
Yeah,
They fully deserve it. They played awesome cricket. You'll hear more about this on Thursday. And so I'm not gonna really talk about all of that. But what I want to say,
I was going to say something, but I said leave it.
yeah, Thursday we can hash out the West Indies because player ratings and all of that stuff I go quote and I go come out. But what I really want to say for my last minute, I have been in discussions. I'm a part of 2 cricket teams here in New York, and I've been in discussions trying to fight against these guys by myself. And I want to bring it up Thursday, but I don't know if that come up. Like the thing that Kohli did in that test against South Africa, after that awful decision by the DRS, I wish I could have give Levant so he could have played Thursday or no see. And he went into the stump mic and he was saying the whole of South Africa trying to win the match against 11 guys. Everybody in the whole world create a big scene because Kohli is the captain of India. He shouldn't be talking like this. He's disgraceful, yada, yada, yada. The man has emotions. The man is a captain. The man is a winner. And a stupid DRS decision went against him, which the whole world thought was out. but the RS said that the thing I got bounce over the wicket unbelievably. And the man was just upset and in his emotions, and him say, listen, the whole I wanna fight against the level players, it's I don't see it as a big disrespect. People are saying, oh, he might embarrass to South Africa, he might bring the game into disrepute and all of this nonsense. The man is a man, the man play cricket, the man is a winner. Leave the man alone. He's no longer the captain of India. To stop trying to take emotions out of cricket. But it's a gentleman's sport. Like, stop. The man
So,
of the
so them take away the
emotions.
captaincy because of that?
No.
No, man.
Why?
Him smell the rake come, they're going to take it to anyway. But that played a vital part, and then they lost the series. So, you know it go. That just put flame on the fire because the man, the stump might. But I'll show it on Thursday. People will get to see and have their own views. But a lot of people are bashing Virat Kohli and say because he's the captain, he shouldn't have emotions. But anyway, big up on yourself.
I can shoot.
So what I'll say about that, right, is, and not only in cricket, but in all facets of sport, all facets of life, really. I believe we have removed the emotional aspect of life. That we can't show emotions. The moment we show emotions, then we hear say, oh, you're a disgrace to this, you're a disgrace to that. I believe that we have to be a bit more patient and try to be a little more empathetic to understand, say, hey, this man is trying to win a series, he's struggling, the team is struggling. Well, I don't think people think like that. Once something happens automatically, oh my God, that's the worst thing ever.
When you hear it, you might change your mind, though, but yeah.
Really? All right, I'll definitely tune in on Thursday. As it relates to what I want to ask you about, and you can get into more on Thursday, but that guy named Greaves for West Indies. I am saying, couldn't Chris Gayle get one of those games? No, honestly, I will be honest. Chris Gayle could just get one of those games as a sender.
But Chris Gayle play ODI, and the T20 team can get a game, but ODI.
Or did the T20 team didn't want?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So what I want, so now let me transition into my basketball. The Denver beat the Lakers by around 39 points the other day. And LeBron came out and he was saying, hey, Laker Nation, I apologize. We are definitely going to do better. So they play against the Jazz tonight. Probably start
Wait,
already.
can you say he's Lakers? I thought he was a Heat fan. Wait, I don't understand.
No. I never said my Lakers. I said the Lakers.
Okay.
The Lakers play again. No, I'm a Miami Heat fan. LeBron is my player, but I'm a Miami Heat fan. Right? So I'm excited to see what LeBron is going to come out with and what he's going to show. Right now in the NFL, obviously.
Say sorry for doubting Patrick Mahomes.
For doubting? Patrick Mahomes is good. He's going up next round. Josh Allen going to beat that ASS. But right now the Cardinals playing against the Rams. And the Rams are beating 21 zip. Track and field season is coming along. So,
a lot of things to discuss.
We have a lot of stuff. World Championships is this year, July. Hopefully you can join us over in Eugene, Oregon. That is where it will be held.
I don't follow track and field, but
hey, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna screen record a video. I'm gonna screen record a video. I'm going to post it on our next EPL show. Demo play ball. You don't know what I see.
So Kems, I hear this interesting thing coming out with the track and field, right?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Huh?
Go.
Yeah, there's some interesting story coming about track and field regarding why the athletes normally leave MVP and so forth. I didn't know that
Yeah.
they had to there's a balance sheet that is worked out where the athletes started making money, then they have to repay back MVP everything that they invested in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, watch Umberman live or YouTube or whatever and did a say it on. So I was watching it. So I guess whenever LeBron want to have a show or a segment about it.
We're going to touch on it one day this week, man.
Yeah. But also there's some noise coming out of a camp that somebody from that tumbleweed, a lot of Jamaicans are in there, Chris Taylor, Omar McLeod, Brittany Anderson. That's one person, but they say it's a male though. They say a male, because Blessing Okabari, she tested positive, whatever. So they said there's another male in that camp. Andre Degrassi is in that camp as well. So we don't know which male it
Evan
is.
Bramwell and all those guys.
Yes. So some news will come out. Some news will come out shortly about, so somebody might get banned for that. But yeah, that's all I have.
All right,
But
Emerald,
I'm saying don't put more football videos on here. That is private stuff. You can't screen record my stuff and put it on here. So that
No problem. No
really easy. I made a football team here in the USA. You need to know.
It's not hard to screen record your WhatsApp status in it.
Yeah, but you can't put it in the public without my permission.
We shall see about that.
Can I
We're
have
going
the
to be suing.
Can I have the permission,
I'm just messing with you, bro. We're not going to do that.
We're not do that, man. We're not even screen recording.
We don't do that thing there, bro. But Emerald, we touch on the tennis issue, man. That Novak Djokovic issue, touchy situation, man. But tomorrow we're going to touch on that. In regards to Stu Mackey, yes, we're all Jamaicans, but you're at Stu Mackey, what we require of you. Since as you're a Scotsman, I want you to get your Scots people to subscribe to the channel, and if you are so inclined and you're so interested in our content, just reach out to us on Instagram at SportsFrenzy, and we'll take it from there.
Oh gosh, my gosh, this is Stu Mac. Listen, Andy Robertson is now the leading assist maker at fullback. So big up all of the Scotsman in the whole Premier League. He overtook Leighton Baines with that Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain cross that he gave to Ox. So big up all of the Scotsmen and stop comparing our fullbacks to mere mortals. Thanks.
All right, so yes, still, Mark, you can just reach out to us on Instagram at Sports Frenzy, and we'll take it from there if you want to be a part of the Sports Frenzy family. So ensure that you subscribe and get some of your Scottish people to subscribe, and just keep the movement growing. Big up to the rest of our commenters. You know that it's you guys that keeps us going. I want you guys to keep on subscribing, keep on liking the content and sharing it. And thanks to Demo, thanks to Kems, and thanks to Josh for producer who makes this possible. Until tomorrow, where we'll be talking about some Africa Cup of Nations tomorrow, because boy, some crappy football being played down there, and we have to talk about some crappy teams because I see a referee run off a field because he has to check his girlfriend before the match even finish.
What a joke.
And the producer said that he's going to make an appearance on the show tomorrow. He's going to talk about Novak Djokovic situation. So you won't be behind the screens, you'll be in front of the screens tomorrow.
No Vax. Make sure it name No Vax with a S X.
All right, big up people, big up.
All right, yes, sir.